The neon sign outside the Motel 6 in Reno flickered like it was having second thoughts. Vacancy, it said. Half the letters burned out. Ava didn't care. It was cheap, anonymous, and 3 states away from everything she used to call home. She dropped her 2 duffel bags on the faded carpet that smelled like old cigarettes and regret. The room had 1 queen bed, a microwave that probably hadn't been cleaned since 2019, and a bathroom mirror with a crack running through it like a lightning bolt. Perfect. Nothing here pretended to be better than it was. Ava sat on the edge of the bed, springs groaning under her, and pulled out her phone. The screen lit up with the same lock screen photo she'd had for 2 years. Her, Mom, Dad, and her little brother Ethan at Christmas, all of them smiling like they were in a Hallmark movie. Oh, Ava's smile looked painted on. Dad's arm was around Mom's shoulder, but his eyes were already somewhere else. Mom's smile was tight, the kind that said, "We're fine," while her hands shook, holding the wine glass. Ethan just looked confused. She opened the Photos app. Her thumb hovered. There were thousands of them. Birthday parties where Ava laughed too loud to cover the screaming in the kitchen. Graduation pictures where Mom cried happy tears that weren't entirely happy. Vacation photos from that one trip to the lake where Dad promised, "This time will be different." Every picture was evidence of a life Ava had been performing in. She started deleting, not one by one. Whole albums vanished. The family dinners, the beach trip, the hospital photo after her panic attack last year, and when they both showed up for the Instagram story, but left before the doctor finished explaining her anxiety medication. The phone asked her twice if she was sure. Ava tapped delete so hard her thumb hurt. With every swipe, something in her chest loosened. It wasn't rage anymore. It felt like permission to breathe without their script in her lungs. When the family album was empty, she went to contacts. Mom's name sat at the top, labeled Emergency Contact. Ava had put that heart there when she was 17 and still believed love could fix everything. She changed it. New emergency contact, Noah Ramirez. Noah was the paramedic who'd found her hyperventilating in the ER parking lot after Mom screamed that she was just like your father. He didn't ask too many questions. He just sat with her until she could breathe again and said, "Sometimes the bravest thing is stopping the performance for people who never learned the lines." Ava saved the change. The room felt quieter now. She walked to the window and looked out at the parking lot. A couple arguing by their truck, some guy smoking by the vending machine. Normal broken people. Ava wasn't fixed. Tomorrow she had a job interview at a coffee shop downtown. Her savings would last maybe 6 weeks. But for the first time, the story wasn't being written for her. She opened the Notes app and typed one line. Chapter 1, I stopped lying with my smile. Then Ava turned her phone face down, kicked off her shoes, and lay back on the stiff bed. The ceiling had water stains shaped like continents she'd never visit. She smiled, small, shaky, real. And it hurt like new skin after a burn, but it was hers. Outside, the Reno wind pushed against the window. Inside, for the first time in 23 years, Ava wasn't waiting for someone else to decide if she was worth loving. She closed her eyes. The next morning, sunlight sliced through the cheap curtains. Ava's phone buzzed on the nightstand. Unknown number. She almost ignored it, but something made her answer. "Hello?" A woman's voice, shaky and familiar. "Ava, it's your mom." Ava sat up fast. "How did you get this number? I changed everything." There was a long pause. She could hear her mother breathing, the same uneven rhythm from all those late-night fights. "I didn't call your phone," Mom said quietly. "I called Noah. He gave me the new emergency contact last night. Said you might need someone if things got bad." Ava's blood went cold. "Noah? The one person she trusted?" Mom's voice cracked. "He told me what you did. Deleting the pictures, changing the contact. Ava, honey, I get it. I know I failed you. But there's something I never told you." Ava gripped the phone tighter, heart hammering. "Ethan wasn't your brother, not biologically. He was the son I had with someone else during one of your father's worst years. I stayed because I was terrified of losing both of you. Every fake smile in those photos, I was protecting him and you, the only way I knew how. But I was so busy hiding that I never saw how much it was breaking you." The room spun. Ethan, the little boy Ava had protected, the one she thought was the only innocent one, wasn't even Dad's. All those years of dysfunction, the screaming, the affairs. It wasn't just Dad's chaos. Mom had carried her own secret guilt like a second shadow. "I'm not asking you to come back," Mom whispered. I wanted you to know why I held on so tight, why I smiled through it too. Maybe we were both performing, maybe we can stop together someday, or maybe not. But you deleting those pictures, it hurt, because they were the only proof I had that we tried." Tears burned Ava's eyes. She looked at the empty photo app. All that evidence gone. And now this truth, heavier than any picture. "I don't know if I can forgive you," Ava said, voice breaking, "but I'm not coming back, not yet." "I know," Mom replied softly. "Just don't delete everything, okay? Some evidence shows we survived." Ava hung up without saying goodbye. But for a long moment she sat there staring at the cracked mirror. The girl looking back wasn't fake smiling anymore. She was raw, angry, and strangely lighter. Even with this new weight, she opened the Notes app again and added a second line beneath the first. Chapter 1. I stopped lying with my smile. Chapter 2. The truth was never in the photos. Then Ava blocked Mom's number. Not out of hate, out of necessity. The fresh start wasn't clean. It was messy, painful, and full of ghosts she hadn't expected. But it was still hers. Ava stood up, grabbed her duffel, and stepped out into the bright Reno morning. The wind felt different now. Colder, but carrying something like possibility. No more evidence of the girl who performed for a broken family. Just Ava, learning to write her own story, secrets, scars, and all.